Hello students, welcome back to my channel. This is Professor Vidyasagar Mugi. Today I'll be continuing with the next part of centroid. So in the last part I had given you some assignment regarding different geometrical shapes and to find their value of x bar and y bar with the given reference axis. Right. So let me once again tell you people that the value of x bar and y bar depends completely on where you choose the reference axis. I'll repeat. Value of x bar and y bar completely depends on where you choose the reference axis, their distance, centroidal distance. So mainly I have told you to consider the reference axis such that the object falls in the first quadrant. Right, when you have been given that liberty of choosing the reference axis, you have to select the reference axis such that the object falls in the first quadrant. If they by themselves have given the reference axis, then you have to work out the centroidal distance with respect to the reference axis already provided by the examiner or any other, etc. So I'll give you the explanation of how we consider the x bar and y bar values. So these two derivations I have derived already. So I hope you have no problem with this, but still then, now the element is given like this, which is the rectangular component. So its symmetrical axis is what is drawn like this. So this horizontal axis is called as symmetrical x-axis and this vertical axis is called as symmetrical y-axis. Now with respect to this, what we do is we draw the reference axis. What you see in red line is called as the reference axis. Now where I am doing this reference axis, I am drawing this reference axis such that the object is falling in the first quadrant. Now this reference axis I'll denote it as with capital X and this as capital Y, whereas these are small x and these are small y. Now the value what I represent for this centroid of this element G is with respect to this reference axis. So centroidal distance of this point with respect to the y axis or y reference axis, I'll denote this as x bar. Similarly, the centroidal distance of this element with respect to x axis is what I denote it as y bar. So vertical distance is with respect to horizontal axis. Horizontal distance is with respect to vertical axis. Remember this. Now, when this object is a rectangular shape and is having width b and depth d, then with respect to the centroidal axis, so this is touching this complete. So what is this? If I call this as b and if I call this as d, then we have derived a relation for locating the x bar and y bar. So this x bar value will be what? This x bar value will be with respect to reference axis is b by 2 and with respect to reference axis x is d by 2. So value of x bar and y bar will be what? X bar is b by 2 and y bar is d by 2. Hope you understood this part. Now in the same hand I'll take this equilateral triangle whose symmetrical x-axis and y-axis are falling like this. This is the symmetrical y-axis, this is the symmetrical x-axis. Right, so this is small x, this is I'll represent as small y. Now this value what I represent is again with respect to what? The reference axis. So where is the reference axis? I'll take the reference axis such that it falls in the object falls in the first quadrant. I'll represent this as capital X and this as capital Y. Now the value what I represent with respect to y reference axis is termed as x bar and this is termed as y bar. Right. Now if you see the figure carefully, y-axis is passing here and if you see the object on the left hand side, if you see just this object, if I cover this part, if I cover this part, right, and if I cover this part, are these elements same about both the axes? That means this is the mirror image of this and this is the mirror image of this. That is how the y-axis is passing. So if I consider this total width as b and this height as d, if I consider this total width from here to here as b, so these are mirror image means what? If I cut this exactly into half about y-axis, area on the left hand side and area on the right hand side is divided equally. Is it possible if I cut it exactly at half about x-axis, will the area be exactly equal on upper side and lower side? No, it is not equal, because width is decreasing when it is going at the higher part, right? So I have to locate this point G about what axis? It is unsymmetrical about what axis now? It is unsymmetrical about x-axis, but it is symmetrical about y-axis. That is, area is equally divided about y, but it is not exactly divided with x. So I have to locate this point G such that area on the upper side and lower side is same. So for that reason we have derived, and we got that if I mark a distance of, so what will be, okay, before I come to that, what is value of x bar now? If total width is b, where should I cut this object such that area on the left hand side and right hand side are same? It is exactly at half of the base width, that is b by 2. So x bar for this equilateral triangle will be what? It is b by 2. Is it the same case with y bar? No, it is not, because area is not equally divided about the x-axis. So I have to locate where is that point where area is equally divided. So after deriving, we got to know that it is exactly located at a value of d by 3, right? So if this is d by 3, so if I draw it like this, and if this value is d by 3, so what is the total height? Total height is d. So what will be this value? So this will be what? D minus d by 3. So that will be what? 3 ones are 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. This will be 2d by 3. So this will be 2d by 3. So if you cut from top, then if you look at the distance of the centroid from the top side, then it is at a distance of 2d by 3. The same way, if you locate the distance from the bottom, it is at d by 3. So hope you understood this part. Now what I'll do is I'll consider the right angle triangle. Now for right angle triangle, what I have done, I have considered only one part of this now. I have taken here. This is right angle triangle. Now if I locate its reference axis. So this is the reference axis capital X, this is reference axis capital Y. Now if I need to locate where is the CG of this point, will it be exactly, now if I call this as B and if I call this as D, will it be exactly B by 2 or D by 2? Or if I cut this object exactly at B by 2, will the area be equally divided? Or if I cut this object exactly at D by 2, will the area be equally divided? No, it is not, because this is unsymmetrical about both the axes now. This is x axis, this is x axis, this is y axis. Now if I need to locate x bar and y bar for this, so what will be the value of x bar and y bar now? This is not b by 2, so x bar will be what with respect to reference axis? It will be b by 3. Similarly, y bar will be what? It will be d by 3. X bar will be b by 3 and y bar will be d by 3. Hope you followed this. Okay, moving on to next, circle. Now if you take the circle, you cut it exactly at a point where it is divided into equal 4 halves. Now if you see this part, this is same, this is same, this is same, this is same. Now where is that point? This point is called as G. Now if I draw the reference axis here such that it is falling in first quadrant, if I mark this as y bar and if I mark this as x bar, what is the total dimension of this? I'll call this as d. So this is what? Diameter. So what will be x bar for this? Exactly I am cutting at center. So what will be x bar? X bar will be d by 2, or it is radius r. And what will be y bar? It is symmetric about both axes, so y bar will be also equal to what? D by 2, or it is equal to r. Hope you followed this. Now this is circle. If I take out half of the area, what I'll get? I'll get semicircle now. Now since this was exactly symmetrical about both the axes, now is it the same case with this? Now if you see here, semicircle is like this, right? And if I consider the reference axis with respect to the first quadrant, so this is capital X, this is capital Y. Now if I now if this is the reference or the symmetrical axis of semicircle, if I call this as X, I understand this very carefully. If I call this as X bar and this is Y bar, some of you have represented Y bar completely. That is wrong. Please correct it yourself. So if what is this complete length? This complete length is nothing but the diameter of the semicircle. This is completely diameter. Now this semicircle is symmetric about what axis? It is symmetric about y axis, because y axis is passing such that area on the left hand side and area on the right hand side is same. So what will be x bar equal to? X bar is equal to what? It is directly d by 2, or it is r. It is x bar is equal to what? D by 2 or r. Is it the same case with y bar? No, it is not, because semicircle area here is, this diameter is different, but here the length is different, this is different, this length is different, this length is different, so you cannot say it is same. Now again we have to now we got to know that it is unsymmetric about what axis? X axis. Now I should locate this point G such that area on the upper side and lower side is equally divided. So what is y bar value? So y bar value we have derived, it is 4r by 3 pi. So when the semicircle is placed in this pattern, so x bar will be what? It is d by 2 or r, and y bar will be what? 4r by 3 pi. Again I will repeat, the orientation and the reference axis matters a lot, because of which your value of x bar and y bar will change, right? So remember that. When we derived the semicircle, we had considered semicircle like this, right? So this was the reference axis that we had taken. So it was unsymmetrical about y axis there, but it was symmetric about x axis. So that time what was value of y bar? Value of y bar was r, whereas value of x bar was 4r by 3 pi. But now semicircle is placed like this. It is placed like this. So it has become symmetric about what axis now? This axis has become vertical, means what? It has become y, and this axis has become horizontal, x. So y bar changes, x bar changes. Keep this in mind. Similarly, now see here, this semicircle is become the reverse of this now. Now in the first case it was upper portion, now here it is lower portion like this, and reference axis is taken at this point. Now which quadrant this object is falling? It is falling in fourth quadrant now. So this is reference axis x and y. Now object is symmetric about what axis? Object is again symmetric about, this is it is symmetric about y axis, and this is what? This is x axis. Now how will you represent x bar and y bar? Reference axis vertical is here, so x bar will be with respect to reference axis, this is x bar. Y bar will be with respect to this reference axis, this is y bar. Now what will be a value of x bar and y bar? Need not explain much here, because it is just the reverse of this. So here x bar and y bar were falling in first quadrant, so both the values were what? Positive, positive. But here one value is in, this object is falling in fourth quadrant, so x bar value will be what? Positive, because x is positive, so x bar value will be what? It is directly r, or it is d by 2. With respect to this is symmetric about y axis, so x bar will be what? D by 2. What about y bar? It is unsymmetrical about x axis. So if this complete is r, then this will be what? This value is minus 4r by 3 pi. Why minus? Because it is falling in fourth quadrant. So what is fourth quadrant? It is plus minus. So x is plus, y is minus. So because of that, this is minus 4r by 3 pi. Hope you followed this. Next, again I have considered semicircle 4 different orientations so that it will give you the proper idea. Need not derive for every orientation. Only one orientation derivation is fine because magnitude will be same. Only the value of x bar and y bar may interchange depending upon the orientation of semicircle. Now, see here, this is the derivation which we derived for. So orientation of semicircle is like this. So if this is complete value is what? If this is d, and what will be half of this? This half of this will be, this is r, right? So what will be value of x bar and what will be value of y bar? Now this is the reference axis that has been given here. Now reference axis, now it is symmetric about what axis now? It is symmetric about x axis. This is x axis, it is symmetric about x axis. So what will be x bar value and what will be y bar value? So x bar value, this is unsymmetrical about y axis because area is not equal on both sides. Whereas if you see from top and bottom, area is equally divided. So y bar will be what? Directly d by 2 or it is r. Whereas what will be value of x bar now? X bar will be what? It is 4r by 3 pi, and this is positive because it is falling in first quadrant. Similarly, I'll take this element now. It is again reverse of this. Now where is the reference axis? Reference axis is here. This is y reference axis, this is x reference axis. So this is the symmetrical axis of this element. Now this value will be what? X bar, and this value will be y bar. Now directly tell me what is x bar and y bar. So x bar here is plus, it has fallen in second quadrant. So what is the value of second quadrant? It is minus and plus. So what will be value of x bar? X bar will be obviously negative. But what is the magnitude of x bar here? Distance. It is unsymmetrical about y axis again. So area is not equally divided on left hand side and right hand side. Only thing is, instead of first quadrant, it has been placed in the second quadrant. So this will be minus 4r by 3 pi. Minus 4r by 3 pi, and this is what? This is r by, this is r, or this is d by 2. This is plus because y is positive. Hope you are clear with this now. Now next, moving on to the quarter circle. Quarter circle, if you see, this was semicircle. I'll deduct half of this area and I'll take only this part. Here, I'll take out this bottom part and I'll only consider the first part. Now when you consider this, I'll place the reference axis here now. This is y, this is x. Now, whether this is symmetric about the axis? No, area is not equal. If I divide this exactly half, will the area be equal? Or if I divide the area here exactly half, will it be equal? No. Well, this is what? This is r. This is radius. So the symmetrical axis is neither symmetrical about both x axis nor y axis. So this is x axis, this is y axis. Right? This is neither symmetric about x axis nor it is symmetric about y axis. So value of x bar and value of y bar. If you see it like this or if you see it like this, it looks same. So whatever will be the value of x bar will be the value of y bar. See here, it looks same if I orient it anyway. So we have derived the relation for this. What is the value of x bar? It is 4r by 3 pi. This is 4r by 3 pi. Both are 4r by 3 pi. So assignment for you people is, I have placed quarter circle in first quadrant. Now what you have to do is, you have to place the quarter circle in second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, and tell me what is value of x bar and y bar for these three quadrants. So your assignment is, I have placed quarter circle in the first quadrant and I have written what is value of x bar and y bar. Now in the same way, you have to place the orientation of the quarter circle in second, third and fourth, and just tell me what is value of x bar and y bar. Need not derive, because value of quarter circle for x bar and y bar will be this. It will not change. Only change will be the value of x bar and y bar and its sign conventions, plus or minus. You have to find that. Okay. Hope you followed this part. Thank you very much.